The old man leaned closer to the little girl, his eyes twinkling in the warm glow of the evening light. "Let me tell you a story, my dear," he began softly. "A story about a bus, a tunnel, and a very clever child. One that will teach you something far more important than just how to get through a tight spot." He paused, letting her curiosity grow. "You see," he continued, "sometimes in life, we face obstacles that seem too big for us, problems that make even grown-ups scratch their heads and wonder what to do. And yet, it's often the smallest among us, or the simplest ideas, that can solve the greatest challenges. This story is exactly about that, a problem so strange. It trapped a whole bus in a tunnel, until a little boy stepped forward with a solution no one else could see. The girl leaned in, captivated. "Are you ready?" the old man asked, smiling. "Because what you're about to hear isn't just about a bus. It's about how courage, wisdom, and a clear heart can help us navigate even the narrowest paths in life." A school was taking its students on a trip by bus. On the way, the bus approached a tunnel, and just before it, there was a sign that read, "Maximum height, 3 meters." The bus itself was 3 meters tall, but since the driver had traveled this route before, he confidently entered the tunnel. However, the roof of the bus scraped against the ceiling of the tunnel, producing a terrible noise, and the bus came to a halt in the middle of it. After things calmed down, the staff and the driver got off and were shocked by the scene. Upon inspection, it was discovered that a new layer of asphalt had been added to the road, causing the problem. Everyone started thinking of solutions. Some suggested removing the asphalt, others thought of towing the bus with a heavy vehicle, but nothing seemed to work. Then, a little boy got off the bus and said, "I know how to solve this problem." One of the trip supervisors said to him, "Go back to the children and stay with your friends." The boy replied confidently, "Don't underestimate me because of my age, and remember how even a tiny pin can make a huge balloon collapse." The man was surprised by the child's cleverness and asked him for the solution. The boy said, "Last year, at an exhibition, our teacher taught us how to pass through narrow paths. He said that if we want to have a gentle and sensitive spirit, we must empty ourselves of pride, arrogance, greed, and envy. Only then can we pass through any narrow path and reach God." The supervisor asked, "Okay, but what does this have to do with the bus?" The boy answered, "If we want to apply this to the bus, we need to release some air from its tires so it can pass through this narrow tunnel." After doing this, the bus was able to pass safely through the tunnel. The moral: emptying your heart of arrogance, pride, malice, and envy is the key to passing through the narrow paths of life.